Welcome back here. 2014 PSP Dallas Open, starting off the season right with an exciting game against Upton 187 crew, and Sacramento Excessive. Penalties were the story of that match, as Excessive could not stay out of the box. Next up here, right on the field right now, Chattanooga CP going to take on Red Storm from Russia. Let's see how Red Storm does here. Their inaugural Challengers Division performance about to go down right now.
Split screen breakout.
So CEP in the orange, they are on your right-hand side. Red Storm on your left, and Red Storm immediately gets into the snake. And it looks like the referee is going to pull them out right away, and that is going to be an immediate penalty, minor penalty on Brandon Rittenhouse, one of the U.S. players for the Russian team. And then CEP immediately taking advantage of the loss of the pressure coming from the snake side. They move up into the center. It's number 21, Daniel Keene. And here comes Daniel Keene on the run through. And Daniel Keene is going to make short work of Red Storm.
Good job right there. Coming up the middle. I like that middle, Maddie. I went out there and walked it earlier. I said, you know, you shoot down this one side of the snake.
Have you ever found a middle you don't like?
No. I didn't think about that. I didn't think that went through, I guess.
No, but I do agree with you. I think it's, well, talk to me about it. What'd you see out there?
Well, you know, you go out there, and if you can concentrate and get enough guns on the snake side of the field and get one or two shots on the outside guys, and they don't get outside, and you happen to get up in the middle, there's nothing they can do to get outside again, because there is no middle bunker on this field in the back center, so everybody has to go one way or the other. If they come this way and you shoot both of them and you have that lockdown on this side of the field, there's no question that you're going to be taking way far advantage of this side of the field. And these pins on these side that you see these people taking, you go down there, you can be on those pins, and you block everything else off. All you got to do is stand up over the top, and you have packs and guns, everything. You know?
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. The lack of a back center is definitely going to open things up, because like you just mentioned, you have to pick a side. You really need to either commit towards the snake, towards the D side, or up in the center. Let's check out this replay real quick here before we get to this next point. So here, let's check out this replay. There's Daniel Keene and Chattanooga CP.
And you can see right there, look down that line. You can go that one pin and block everything off. I mean, all the way through the middle, and it's a great move.
And you notice he went out wide, too. He went up the field. He didn't cut towards the players, and just really utilizing, you know, the bunkers just exist to put between you and the paintballs. You don't have to be up close to them in order to do that. So nice work by Daniel Keene immediately there for Chattanooga CEP to go up 1-0 against Red Storm, though they got a big gift by Rittenhouse getting that penalty, trying to get to the snake off the break. Yeah. So Red Storm getting a little bit of a slow start here. I
actually played with Brandon Rittenhouse on Aftershock for a little bit, and he actually he's a pretty good kid. He's a good player, fast. You know, just got to keep his head in the game and not get penalties, and hopefully he can he'll come into his own. But I mean, it goes with any player. You know, unfortunately, getting penalties is kind of the death all be all. On the left-hand side of your screen, CEP 1-0 against Red Storm.
Well, at least it was a minor. Just shake it off. Yep. You know, they lost the point. Minor penalties come off if you lose the point. So it looks like Red Storm, again, sending a player to the snake off the break. And Osvaldo Lopez, he gets shot as well. Or he gets shot. And also, so does Robbie Goldsmith. So two players coming off early here for Chattanooga CEP. 3 players left alive for them. And you're seeing them on your screen now. CEP on the left-hand side making a move into the snake. Looks like he might have caught one. And
it's hard.
Like Rittenhouse into that. Now Rittenhouse finding his form, getting into that snake.
It's hard to make that cross from that Aztec when there's somebody standing up the middle at that at that center wedge. It's really hard for people to get at the field like that. And you know, I got to say, right here, I saw a major penalty thrown on the field. That's number 23.
That's Samoylov.
Yeah, and actually I saw that happen. I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I saw that, maybe I didn't. He got clipped in the loader at the X, and he actually put his gun against the bunker. I was like, maybe I'm just seeing things.
So that center 50 took a shot there.
The center 50 took a shot. You know, I wish we had a replay in that, because I saw it happen as he was getting in the snake, so it kind of looked like they almost traded out, so to speak. But I wasn't exactly sure. But obviously the ref's going in there, taking a look at him, and sure as heck, major penalty.
Wow, so That is not what Red Storm wanted to do here, getting this. But I'll tell you what, they're doing something smart right now. Is Rittinghouse is just chilling there. He's hiding behind. You can see there's dead center on your screen a little bit to the right. He's hiding behind that center 50 structure, that A. And what he's doing is he's waiting for CEP to blow the horn. So CEP not able to realize what had happened in that, because that major penalty, Chris, came at the end of the point. So CEP all walking off and focusing on getting their guys ready to play the next point. It took them a little bit of time there, and that was able to let 45 seconds actually tick off that major penalty. So that could hurt him there a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, no, that was you know, and like I said, you know, these refs are not afraid, obviously, to throw penalty flags. These guys got to come out here. They got to play, you know, clean paintball. There's a lot of drop shots over top of that snake that I'm seeing. People getting clipped in the backs, in the sides, you know, in the belts. They're just not really realizing this, so they really got to pay attention to the ref's mannerisms when they get on to their next spot. Kind of take a peek at the ref. Is he coming after me or what, you know?
Well, I agree totally. We are seeing a lot of those random shots, but that is a factor of all of the different variables from these different positions off the break. There's no back center bunker, so these guys have to run out and shoot. What that means is as they're running out and shooting, balls are just coming in from paintballs are coming in all angles. And not only that, you know, it's been a while since World Cup, man. We've had quite a few months since these guys have played with pro referees, and you know how it is when you're out there at practice. It's a little bit more lazy on checking hits. You may have, you know, your own team reffing, or it's not the same. The pace is different, and the reffing crew out here, you know, the best in the business, in all of the world. These are, you know, PSP widely known as having the best referees, and they're definitely setting the tempo here and letting these guys know they're not going to be getting away with anything.
Yeah, and you know one thing I like seeing about CEP right now is they're coming out, they're playing slow, controlled paintball. They don't seem to be getting a lot of penalties. They're paying attention to what they're doing. They're capitalizing on moves. Unfortunately, the last point, they kind of got dinked out a little bit. I think that he actually got a shot on Samoylov and tried to make the move knowing he got that shot, and then Samoylov shot him back. So I think, you know, let's just see what happens now. They're starting split screen breakout. CEP on your left, Red Storm on your right.
1 minute and 11 seconds left on that major penalty. So 2 penalties so far for Red Storm. I know they were watching that game before. They got to know that the refs are setting the tempo out there. And it looks like CEP able to get Osvaldo into the snake. He's immediately at that 50 and starting to shoot crossfield. Nice kill crossfield for Osvaldo. And it looks like another early death for Robbie Goldsmith. So Robbie Goldsmith struggling early on here. But CEP still doing work in the snake. Osvaldo unchallenged in the snake. Now move being made by Red Storm. You can see there on your screen. But Osvaldo catches one from the back corner, and that was Samoylov. So Samoylov making up for that penalty that he got by getting the kill on the stellar snake player for CEP, Osvaldo Lopez.
But getting Brandon Rittenhouse in the process. Brandon tried to take snake one right there, Matty, and got shot by Osvaldo. Then he in turn got shot in the back. But now losing another play in the corner. Here comes CEP. They're going to have a free ride all the way to the flag station to go up 2-1. 10 seconds left in that penalty.
Yeah, so, man, all weekend long, it's really going to be about who can maintain their composure when the bodies start to drop, who can utilize their timing and their field vision to make those smart moves. Because we're going to see chaos. It's inevitable. The bodies are going to drop a lot. You're going to see a lot of deaths off the break early. We're probably going to, at least so far, we've seen a lot of penalties. And, you know, as we start getting into the Champions League teams, coming at you next with Houston Heat and Omaha Vicious. Let's check out a replay here real quick. So there is Osvaldo. Watch this shot from the back corner bunker as Osvaldo's looking out. And then Osvaldo trying to get that shot. And he does. So Osvaldo did get that kill, but he had to sacrifice his body to do it. So that's just good paintball all around. Osvaldo had to take that shot. You can't have an open shot on the guy advancing on you and not take it, but then beautiful move by Samoylov to come out. Good gunfighting skills from him out of the back corner, redeeming himself for that major penalty. We'll be right back after this. Score 2-1. 16 minutes and 25 seconds remain here in this Chattanooga CEP Red Storm matchup here. Challengers Division, Red Storm entering the league. They played as Grad Moscow. They've had some success. They've done well in the divisional ranks. Now coming into the Challengers League, trying to earn the right to play with the 10 best teams in the world in that Champions League. The way the Champs in the Challengers Division works is that every event, 2 teams from the Champions Division will get relegated down, and 2 teams from the Challengers Division move up. And those are some of the most exciting games to watch on Sunday. And very much looking forward to seeing that. I mean, Sundays, that's the day. I mean, the whole reason you play the sport of paintball, other than the fact that it's amazingly fun and it's very challenging and you get an awesome adventure, is that if you work hard enough, man, you can make it to Sunday and earn that glory. Yeah, that's all you want to do. Once you get to Sunday, it's just all things left in the field. You come. I can't remember how many times I've fallen asleep on the way to the airport. 5:30 p.m. Got a 6:30 p.m. flight. Am I going to make it? Am I not going to make it? I mean, how many times have we got stuck in airports because we didn't make our flight because we're not going anywhere until we win this tournament? Yeah, well, you want to leave it all out there, man. I mean, you work so hard in practice, and paintball is it takes a lot to play it at the top level. I mean, it's easy to play, just go have fun, play during a weekend. That's piece of cake. But to do what these guys are doing, to really strive to be the best, it's a very challenging undertaking, and it's a noble pursuit. It's fun. It's a test. It's ultimately a test of yourself, and it pays dividends. You learn a lot about yourself when you do it. So here we go. That's a great way to put it, for sure. 10 seconds to go and start of this next point. CEP on your right, Red Storm on your left, and it looks like a player coming off for CEP early over here, Snake side. Red Storm able to make it into the Snake. The doubling up insert bunker behind the Snake, so lots of support for him immediately. Red just Storm in there, people. Yeah, and looks like Alexander Galka able to get those kills, and then another penalty is thrown. This time it's on CEP. So Red Storm, nice job by Galka. Number 57 for Red Storm, getting at Snake, getting a kill, and then that penalty on CEP. And that means we now have a tie game as Storm is going to walk that flag in. And that was a minor penalty, Maddie, and as we said before, a yellow flag signifies a minor penalty. Minor penalty is 1 minute in the box. When you get in the box, if you do lose that point, that penalty does come off and you will start off 5 strong. However, if you win the point with a minor penalty, you will maintain to stay in the box as long as the penalty is due. Yeah, there's Robbie Goldsmith, captain for Chattanooga CEP. Done a good job of guiding their ship. Hoping to have good performances this season. We'll be right back after this. In the pits right now with Chattanooga CEP. CEP is another one. You've got a couple of these teams that have just had these legendary divisional runs, just dominating people in the divisional ranks on the way up, and to try to test their strength in the professional division. And CEP struggled over the past couple seasons to prevail in the professional division, but they're still around. They're still out there trying to prove themselves and having a good time doing it. They didn't have the luxury of being from one of the paintball meccas around the world, but worked very hard to earn the right to be one of the top 20 teams in the world. They're another one of those 187 teams that really 187, you vicious. Have to rely on yourself, and get out and practice where you can, and they've done quite a good job about it. Not just financing the team, but let alone coaching the team and getting the team to where they are with sponsorship and everything. So yeah, and they're playing another team that had a good divisional story too, as Grad Moscow found some success down in the divisional ranks. And now on this breakout here, Robbie Goldsmith coming off early again and trying to get out wide. It's tough. It's tough to get out wide here, but here comes Red Storm doubling up the center 50 here on the Snake side, chopping bodies up, not letting CEP get out at all, just gun turreting out of this 50 and then losing a body themselves. And here comes a run through, air bunkers, 2 guys, no one there, but finally able to pick up that last player, sweeping the field.
Good point there by Red Storm. They came down the snake, hard down the snake, taking full advantage of the Robbie Goldsmith elimination on the break, leaving a gap right there to get them down the snake.
Well, we haven't talked about momentum yet. You know, paintball with the momentum shifts, because at this level, it's very, very mental. You know, the physical skills required to play the game at its highest level are definitely very, very important. But once you get to this level, I mean, pretty much everyone's right around the same level of running and gunning, same level of laning. Yes, there are differences between some of the best in the business and, you know, some of the lower ranked guys on the stats. And go to paintballaccess.com, check out all the stats from last season and see where everyone was ranked. But that being said, you know, paintball is a mental game. That's what it's about. It's not about what you do with your snapshot necessarily. It's about what's going on between your ears. And momentum really plays a big role in that. How much focus can you keep it together when things go wrong? Can you keep it together when you got 2 guys in the box and it's 3 on 5? You know, when you get down a point right now, which is where Chattanooga CEP is. So let's see what Chattanooga CEP has in their mental tank. But first, let's check out this replay as the last player left alive in Red Storm, running him down. You know, so CEP, you can see walking off a little frustrated was Osvaldo, and you know, back corner bunker on the snake side is not Osvaldo's forte. That's not where he wants to be. He's one of the most aggressive snake players out there, and but just CEP lost too many bodies for him to make any sort of move. So he got stuck back there.
You know, real quick, you know, we have, you know, Virichev with 4 kills, Samoylov with 5, and Galka has 3. So they're spreading across the board pretty good. So elimination-wise, you know, Red Storm looking pretty decent across the board.
And that's what you want to see, Chris.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to hear us say that all weekend too. When you see multiple kills from different players, that means everyone's contributing, and that is what you want to have happen to assure the best chance of success. So Red Storm here doing a good job of taking this lead with 14 minutes. About 49 seconds to go, 7 seconds to go before the start of this next point. Red Storm on your screen, getting ready to roll. CEP will be on the left-hand side of your screen, on the split screen breakout. And we'd like to welcome Steve Rabikoff up to the booth. Steve, how you doing?
Oh man, it's crazy out there. Voice is gone a little bit, screaming and yelling, trying to get everything organized this morning.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
Steve does double duty. He announces with us up here, and he also runs the GI booth. So
and he coaches.
And he coaches too. He's got sons all over the place. So here we go. It looks like Red Storm struggling on this point, losing a bunch of bodies. They still have a player back corner bunker on the D side, but Chattanooga CEP pushing their advantage here into the 50-yard line. Snake, you're looking at the D side right now. Robbie Goldsmith alive, and trying to get this point back.
James Butts getting all the way to the 50 Snake for CEP.
Looks like they cleared out everybody, so CEP is going to tie this game 3-3.
Yeah, it looks like going to have a tie game, like you said, Steve. And we saw a close one. Well, it was close to start out with this morning. It was definitely entertaining watching 187 crew play excessive. They did lose that game, though. Crew 1 excessive loss because of all those penalties.
We keep saying this. Tournament after tournament. Stop getting the penalties.
That's your favorite thing to say. Yeah, again, it's easily said. It's kind of hard to do sometimes, as we've seen. But it's also interesting to note when you look at the total amount of penalties from 2012 to 2013. In 2012, there were 355 penalties thrown for the entire season, and then last year, 352. So only a 3-point disparity there as far as total penalties. Now, some tournaments more than others, but that is kind of an interesting statistic, is that it seems pretty consistent year to year as far as how many penalties guys are getting out there. So apparently no one's learning their lesson. No, it's tough. Hey, it's
and
like
there's red flags flying out there everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
like any other sport, though. You know, I mean, how many football games have you watched with there are no penalties? It doesn't happen. You're gonna see penalties. It happens. And we're out here. This is the 2014 PSP Dallas Open, Cousins Paintball Park. Check them out at cousinspaintball.com. And big event, man. Over 170 teams for the season opener for the PSP. Pretty much sold out. They actually had to add another field to accommodate all of the team entries. Multiple divisions are out here throwing down, and we will see the best from D1 through D4 here on the main webcast field on Sunday. You're looking at CP getting ready to go. 15 seconds to go for the start of this next point, and it's all tied up at 3-3 on the field right now for CEP. Velarde, Goldsmith, Keene. Looks like Nate Schrader from Ironman, Los Angeles Ironman, giving a body over. So
we talked about that yeah. They had some extra bodies, so.
Well, it makes sense. You know, they're both Die Factory teams, and Schrader not able to make the starting line for the Ironman, so he comes over to help out the sister team, CEP.
And right now, CEP just getting blasted off the field. 3 dying on the break. Osvaldo and a couple others. And Red Storm just losing 2 on the break. Brandon Rittenhouse. Peter Velarde took a walk. Nate Schroeder. Everybody's taking a walk.
Yeah,
it seems like
they're just walking off. Still have Yan Semlov for Red Storm still out there, and he's got a little experience going here with these guys.
Yeah, Samoilov's he's played on Moscow Red Legion. He's played on the top teams from Russia, so he's going to be, and already has been, a good player for Red Storm, Grad Moscow. But the thing is that he did get a penalty earlier on, but picked it right up after that, and maintaining that focus that we talked about. So as that point going to be scored, Red Storm going to take the lead 4-3. We'll be right back after this. Also, remember the roster with San Antonio X Factor Season 2 finale will be playing tomorrow, Saturday, during the lunch break. So check out behind-the-scenes look at how World Cup was won last year. Amazing performance, come from behind victory by San Antonio X Factor, who struggled all season long and then completely redeemed themselves and their franchise with a historic win, their first World Cup victory ever, and their first PSP tournament win in years, really reinvigorating their squad. And such an amazing job by the leadership of that team and all their players. They had a real big team effort, and we get to see how that actually went down tomorrow during the lunch break.
Get this, I'm walking through the hotel lobby last night. Colt Roberts is sitting there with his laptop. I walk up, what are you doing? He goes, I'm watching paintball videos. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I haven't watched him in a while, and now I'm watching him every other day. Like, it's just, he's into it.
Well, that bodes really well for X Factor. I mean, you get guys like Colt Roberts, salty veterans just like Colt Roberts, who have been around for over a decade, who are watching paintball videos like a boot rookie who just started playing the game 3 months ago.
Just sitting there in the lobby by himself.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary for anyone that has to face Colt Roberts, because when his head is in the game, man, he's pretty consistent. But when he's really on, he's brutally effective. So here we go. CEP now making a move up the center, and Red Storm losing, looks like 2 bodies off the break.
They lose 1.
Losing 1 body off the break, but most of the Red Storm strength, they went heavy to the D side this time. 3 bodies on that side, which is going to let Chattanooga CEP in the snake and up the center. And here comes
red flag.
Oh, another penalty, another major penalty being assessed, this time on Red Storm. And so Red Storm.
1 player left in that corner, Matty. You can see on the top side of your screen. So CEP's got to get on their horse, tie this game up quick, leave enough time on the major penalty to get another.
Oof.
It looked like he got shot by his own player before he got there.
He's like, I hit him first.
So brutal bunkering there to end that point.
Another major penalty.
Yeah, so penalties, man, they will kill you. And obviously the refs are on top of it this event, so be careful out there, pro teams. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Good.
Well, it looks like, well, hey, this is live TV, man. It looks like, well, you know how that happens. The coach is like, get over here. You can't do an interview. You have to play the next point.
He was standing there and he walked. And she was like,
oh, it looks like, okay, so let's check back in with Lauren. Looks like she's got one of the CEP players down on the sidelines.
I am down here with James Butts in the CEP pit. Now, you guys are tied up 4-4. This has been a back-and-forth game.
Yeah.
What do you need to execute to make sure you take the lead and keep it for the rest of the 12 minutes?
It's sort of a bloodbath out there. It's really going to be those teams that can G those key guys running out. We're seeing 1 or 2 people die off the break for the majority, and that's just sort of the rhythm that's going on. Shoot those 2 guys and then just push down the field. It's just a game of numbers.
Obviously, you guys want to come out really strong here at the first match of the season. What's the energy like in the pits for you?
Very confident. We believe in ourselves, believe in every single teammate. We could do trust fall all day long. We'd be all right.
All right, well, CEP versus Storm. It is tied 4-4. They still have 12 minutes and 5 seconds. We'll see who takes the lead.
Well, let's check out this replay real quick. And there is the last bit of that point. CEP trying to set the tone out there and tying this game up. Well, we got to know 2 things out of that interview. One, James Butts is very charismatic, and we got to see Lauren's sad face already.
Yeah, she looked so sad down there.
When she turned around, she's like, I don't have anyone.
Lauren's great down there.
She's amazing. She's doing a great job.
So here we go, all tied up at 4 apiece, both these teams.
I'm looking right now at Red. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I saw him in the box. Split screen breakout. You got Red Storm on your left, CEP on your right. Both teams pretty clean breakout. Starting with 4 Red Storm, though. Still 126 left on that major penalty.
Well, Chris and Steve, it looks like all 5 alive for CEP, but better field position if this Red Storm player is alive. He is, so Red Storm able to make it into the 50 for the Snake, and then Osvaldo Lopez, he gets in there as well. You can see them there, right-hand portion of your screen for CEP.
But Galka just sticks his head up and just gets it blown apart. So he was there. You're playing with a penalty. Stay alive.
Well, that we say this all the time. If you're a front player and you get in a really good position, and it's in a really crucial point, take a deep breath in there, and you have to, use that mental acuity, man. If there's paintballs whizzing past your bunker, don't stick your head out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That made me laugh for some reason. But yeah, you're right, Matty.
Yeah, but it's easy to say that, but that's the truth, man. You have to use that sensitivity and really, use that bunker logic, that gunfight logic. So now Osvaldo Lopez trying to get a shot. You see the back corner bunker for the Red Storm here on the Snake side of the field, looking towards that center, towards that D side. Now head checking down towards the Snake, trying to see if Osvaldo is looking at him or not. And that's the way you got to play that bunker. You got to keep that gun towards the D side. He's getting pinched in there, trying to live.
And 8 seconds left on the penalty. So let's see if he can get out here out of the Bermuda Triangle, see if he can make it to these bunkers.
Yeah.
Here he comes. And he made it. Look at this.
He made it all the way
with
Osvaldo
shooting right at him.
Wow, made it all the way to the insert bunker here. Snake side stays alive, so now that's going to be trouble for CEP and Osvaldo on the Snake side. Osvaldo got great field position, though. Here comes the hammer.
Oh, he got him, too.
Oh, and then he took a bunch extra, though, and able to get that shot in on Osvaldo.
Yeah, he got him on top of the loader as soon as he came out.
Oh, and a major penalty.
And that's a good call, actually. I got to give the refs one. Osvaldo took one and then shot him back. I don't know if it's a major or not, but in the process, it looks like they might have lost their back player too, Matty.
Yeah,
so CEP.
They did, and I think.
See if they can pull off. Yeah, they blew the horn in that to maintain the penalty from 153 left. It's gonna be 4-5.
Yeah, that's a good move on Red Storm. Keep those guys close to a 2-minute penalty there. So great move by Osvaldo, but got hit, just walk.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to go back and get yelled at by his teammates. They probably won't yell at him. Nobody yells at Papa. He's too nice. We'll be right back after this. Score is 5-4 in favor of Chattanooga CEP. Looking in the pits right now for Red Storm as they are down a point in their first game of this Challengers quest for them to try to be one of the best teams in the world. Also, you know, follow along. Hope you guys were able to get a fantasy team in at paintballaccess.com fantasy. And now we're looking at Chattanooga CEP. So we're real excited about the fantasy this year, and just gives you a whole nother look at following your favorite players and your favorite teams and see how they do in their performance. So it looks like we have a timeout called as CEP.
Camera was on there for a moment there on Papa Barytnikov.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, number 9.
Yeah, so, and also, you know, help PBA, help the sport, man. Buy that high definition feed. And, you know, so important, you know, paintball at its highest level, we are only as strong as the collective strength that we can gather from the fans. For us to be able to continue to bring you the best of the best, and we can learn from and be entertained by the best teams and best players in the world. But we need your support. Consider it like, you know, PBS when they sit there and they do that drive. Same thing, man. We need you guys to pitch in and help out. So yeah, it's pretty important. So here we go. Red Storm. Let's check out this replay here. Look at this. Red Storm, 2 bodies. Looking at trying to hit the Oswaldo. Ooh, Oswaldo almost got it. That was a great shot right there, but he missed him.
The loader.
So then Oswaldo gets shot right there and then continues to play. The referee is in there and he pulls him out. So yeah, it looks like Oswaldo maybe didn't realize that he got shot on the he got shot on the top of his loader.
It's hard to see that.
That's a hard one. That's one of the hardest ones to figure out sometimes.
Especially when you're trying to stay small in that little bunker, duking it out with that guy.
Maybe a minor penalty on that.
Minor.
But a major.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
we're up here, they're down there.
But it was in the heat of the battle, and that's a key spot.
Yeah.
And he was hit, and it was bam right there in the top of his, right in front of his loader. So, you know, kind of hard to realize in the heat of battle sometimes that particular spot when you get shot. But regardless, the penalty was pulled, and looks like Chattanooga CP going to be down a body for the next minute and 53 seconds. So they're up a point, but down a body here. Red Storm on the power play. 9 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this match. And, you know, Steve, we were talking earlier about how with the quick points we're seeing out here, it's going to give teams a chance to fight back. We could see some comebacks in this tournament.
And I've seen that already this morning. A lot of these fields is that it's wide open, man. You can win a game real quick, and then the next game you can smoke right off the field.
Yeah.
Right.
And Red Storm's losing some bodies, so they're dropping another body, so there's 2 Red Storm walking off.
Red Storm making moves on the D side, though. That's where they have their farthest player up. They do have 1 player also left alive over here on the snake side back corner bunker. Just 2 players left alive for Red Storm.
That's Dylan Hopkins over there on the Dorito side for Red Storm.
So
lives in the D.C., Washington, D.C. area.
Yeah, so with 3 players left alive for CEP and a minute and 5 seconds left on that major penalty for Oswaldo Lopez, this really could be that penalty killing point for them so they could get back to full strength and, most importantly, preserve their lead.
You know, and they're gonna go up 6-4 here if they do that.
If they get the point victory, then yeah absolutely. But Red Storm with only 2 bodies left, it's kind of tough. It's a tough situation. You know, do you push forward and try to make something happen? I mean, you have to score a point here, but you do have time. We'll see.
With Red Storm's player over there on the Dorito side, he needs to get down that Dorito side because these guys are on here on the snake side here. So, and they just eliminate him as I say that. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking right there. You should blow that horn right now. Preserve the penalty. 28 seconds still left. You're going to give up the point, but the chances of you winning that point are really slim.
3-on-1 back corner bunker, and CEP doesn't need to go anywhere because they're up by 1 and already winning the game. No, they absolutely. You need to blow that horn, preserve that time. 28 seconds left on that penalty because now Red Storm will be able to start at full strength, and Chattanooga CEP down 20% of their firepower. Still 1 guy in the box. And we're going to be right back after this. Chattanooga CP, though, 1 point away from victory.
These tournaments it's way harder than some of these other teams. I love the fact that the team has the reputation of the blue-collar team, because we always were. I got some dirt rockers on my team now, some grunge rats. I mean, that's what we were like. I got guys that don't like people, you know, and that's what we were like. Let's get that straight. We are going to win.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see the new season of the roster. So during the lunch break tomorrow, we are going to have the season finale of the X Factor story, where they won World Cup last year. Very, very dramatic finish for that. So if you haven't seen that yet, definitely want to tune in tomorrow at the lunch break. But then the new season of the roster this year is going to be featuring Chicago Aftershock. And I really want to hear that story because, like you just heard Bruno say, Mikey Bruno, the coach of that team, and Aftershock is in the Champions Division again, finally. And he's done such a good job of taking those divisional players, picked a couple different guys up, and they've had to deal with blows to the roster. It's just a fascinating story. To me, that's what gets me stoked on paintball, is knowing all of these stories. There's so many interesting lives that these guys are, and all the trials they have to go through in order to try to be the best. So here we go. This could be the last point of this match if CEP is able to take this one away from Red Storm, but Red Storm gets a G, gets a kill off the break. So now, and they're at full strength as well. So let's see if Red Storm can take advantage of this, pull within one, and stave off a loss to start their adventure in the Challengers Division.
Here comes a red flag, it looks like. I don't know.
He pulled a penalty.
He
but
pulled
I
a
didn't
penalty,
see the
but
flag.
there's no flag. He didn't throw any flags, so.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, it comes out of the
CP
penalty
comes
box
out.
rocking.
And he doesn't pay attention to the Red Storm player and gets blasted in the back, and he shoots the next guy.
Oh, and he pulls it off there. So he's still alive. Back corner bunker on the D side, wheeling and dealing. Rittenhouse still alive, though, for Red Storm in the snake. Rittenhouse doesn't know the count right now, though, because of all this chaos. And so, yeah, we're going to continue to see this. These games are going to be real entertaining because it's going to be chaotic. With this field layout, this is probably one of the more chaotic field layouts we've seen. And obviously, you want to err to the side of aggression on this field. It's going to be hard to play this field defensively.
You know, and Brandon Rittenhouse got to pay attention there because that's a bounce castle in there. You know, the spots he's in, there's a lot of bounce shots to get across the field. You see the back corner play right there, a lot on your left-hand side. Brandon Rittenhouse trying to hide, but you see all the bouncy shots coming through there.
Well, and what Chris is talking about for you people at home that are unaware is that you can bounce paintballs. Oh, look at this. He's still alive. No, he got killed.
Nice shot by Brandon.
Yeah. But you can bounce paintballs off of bunkers. It's tough, and it requires a little bit of practice at that. You got to wing them off there. But in that snake structure, there's so many different angles that, yeah, Chris, I do agree. Look at this now. CEP going to try to get out of the box alive, and he does. And he gets the shot in on him, and I think that might do it.
That's going to do it
James,
right there.
Was it Dan Keene or James Butts?
Dan Keene. James Butts is the one that ran down and got shot. So
it was Peter Velarde. No, I think it was Peter Velarde, number 4, who was able to make it out of the box. So in a crazy point, CEP, as long as Peter Velarde is clean, he's going to get chrono by the referee. Let's check out this replay here. So this is that penalty. Yeah, so penalty pulled.
But, you know, he never threw a flag, so we're kind of unsure of what the penalty was.
Well, I think it was minor.
It was a minor.
And then Red Storm moving forward, air bunkering, no one there to shoot. And then the next guy gets taken out too. So, you know, poor communication, or maybe just that things happen so quickly that Red Storm was not able to see what happened, count those bodies, and figure out where the last guys were left alive. And that is, you know, you're going to hear it from us all weekend long because that's fact. That's what's going to happen. The players and the teams that are going to be successful are the ones that are going to keep calm in the chaos. The ones that are going to be able to use their timing and use that focus in order to figure out where the bodies are. It's going to be tough, man, but it's going to be interesting to watch. Next up, it's going to be Houston Heat. Going to be taking on Omaha Vicious. Can the Houston Heat with their new roster, you know, Houston Heat reformed their roster after losing the 3 Russian superstars, going back to Art Chaos. So pretty much they also got Greg Sewers, Ryan Moorhead, Tim Montresor. They also picked up Thomas Taylor from Excessive, and then Omaha Vicious going to be trying to prove themselves. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I'm here with Robbie Goldsmith of CEP. Congratulations, you guys are the second winner of a match at Dallas here on our first tournament. Now, coming in, what did you guys focus on to make sure you would have a strong showing?
You know, just doing the little things. We have a very limited budget, as everyone out there knows, and you know, we have a new coach this year, Kevin Fillers, who's played for Naughty Dog. So he brings experience and teaches us the little things, the little shots, how to play smart to close the games, and I think it paid off in that match.
What are some of the little things that matter a lot, especially on this field?
Knowing the shots. You know, this field is huge off the break. Whoever wins snake side usually wins the point. So you have to have those first couple balls on point or else you're going to miss.
All right, well, congratulations. Next up, we have Heat versus Vicious. Who do you think is going to win that one?
Oh, man. I'm putting my prediction on Heat as much as I love Vicious.
All right, we'll have to see with all those roster changes. It should be interesting. Yep. Coming up, Heat versus Vicious.
Yeah, so Houston Heat, Omaha Vicious. Does Omaha Vicious have enough in the tank to take down one of the most successful teams of the past 2 years in Houston Heat with their brand new lineup? We will see. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.